and welcome back to the APFU YouTube channel. It's Chelsea here again, taking you through some nice and easy ways to fill any gaps you might have in your next routine. So these things can be broken into a few different movements as well, or you can add them on all together to make one bit of choreography, okay guys? So for this one, we will need our knee pads as always, as well as either socks or heels. Again, you can substitute heels for any sneakers or like normal heels you might have at home, just to create a bit of movement and protect our feet. All right, so let's get going with these ones. I hope you have fun. All right, so first and the easiest way to gap fill your choreo is simply doing body rolls, all right? So there are a few different ways to do body rolls. I prefer the one where I slide my heel back with a flexed foot and I come forward, dragging the foot forward back the other way. I also come across a diagonal rather than just going straight up and down. So for these, I'm going to start with my head going across the pole and I'm going to roll back in a diagonal to the other side, okay? So at the same time, I'm going to drag my foot forward as I come forward and flex it back. So I flex it back as hard as I can as we roll forward, okay? So for this body roll, forward, back, forward, and back, all right? So I'm really shifting the weight from one side of the pole down the diagonal to the back. So you can practice this on 2 feet. It's good to practice shifting the weight from the front foot to the back foot, okay? So we start from one side, we roll around to the back side, okay? It's important to start any choreos with a few body rolls just to get your body sort of in rhythmic with the music as well. So you sort of get to feel your way through it and get comfortable dancing to the music. Another body roll we can do is we can turn with our back facing the pole. Now there are 2 options for this one. I prefer the option where we just bring our shoulder onto the pole and slide down, okay? Otherwise, if you don't feel comfortable doing that one, you can start with your arm up nice and high, bringing the back of your shoulder onto the pole. So from here, our legs are quite wide. I'm going to shift the weight onto the top of my toes so the heels come off the floor as we slide down, okay? So from here, as I come in, I'm going to push away from the pole, and as we come back, my knees open. So knees in and out. So in and out, okay? So I'll show you from the front as well. So we come down either with the arm or just with the shoulder, making sure our head is leaning back so we get that shoulder grip. So we come down. I'm going to start with my knees together as we go forward and out as we come back. So forward, back, opening and closing with the legs. From here, you can then take this into a number of positions. You can pirouette round to the back of the pole, ready to do a combo, or you can slide back onto the floor and do some floor work, okay? So we can come down from here, rolling through, bringing our hips up and away, and we can slide back. And from here, we can push across and drop, okay? And then from here, if you want to, you can do more body rolls. So for this one, I'm going to take my knees and start outwards, and I'm going to bring them in as I roll up. So we start down, and then as we body roll up, I'm going to bring them forward and in. So down, in. So out, in against the pole, all right? So again, another easy way to gap fill before you hit a point in the music where you need to stand back up again and do whatever tricks you need to do. So for this, I'll demonstrate from the side. We can go out and in. You can accent this movement with hands as well. So I use my hands to create a bigger movement than what I'm actually doing. So it's a bit of an illusion to make your body look like it's moving more than it actually is. So as I come down, my hands are going to cross opposite directions, and I roll my head around and come up. And as I come up, my hands come up as well, and I reach up and forward, all right? So this again, creating that illusion that we're doing more movement than we actually are. So starting out, going to roll up and down, up and down. And with this, I'm not just moving my legs in and out, my whole spine is moving with me. So I go down, as I come up, I roll up and down. If you want to take this step a little bit further, we can take it into a 4-point kneeling, and it's similar. So we go out and in. So I roll out and in. So as I come down, I'm going to arch through my lower back, and as I come in, I'm going to round. So slowly coming in and out. My hands also do a little bit of a work. So as I come down, my elbows bend outwards, and as I come in, they rotate inwards. You can also use this to move forward or backwards towards the pole. So with this one, we can take a movement towards the pole, so starting in that 4-point kneeling, and we can go back, in, and out towards the pole. All right, and for this, you can really create a slinky position with your back as well. So moving on to some other ones. Standing next to the pole, we can come down into like a wide squat position, so rolling down on the tops of our heels. From here, we can rotate across, back to the other direction. So again, super easy gap filler, where we're just taking it from a squat on one side of the pole to the other side. So for that one, taking a baseball grip, so forward with one leg, other leg, rolling down, keeping that baseball grip in nice and close, other hand coming across. I'm going to do like a bit of a diamond roll across to open up through the other direction. Following on from this front squat position, you can also make some fun noises with your heels. So if we come down again, from here, I can take a split grip, so my outside hand forms a split grip. I'm going to rotate across and tap. Back, hand comes off, tap, out, tap, back, tap. All right, so just really simple, easy parts of the music that you can just add a little bit more finesse to, as well as any parts that you might need filling. All right, now I quite like doing some dynamic movements as well with mine. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a pirouette, and we're going to land with an inside leg hook. So as like a snappy movement. So for this, I'm going to pirouette towards the pole. So weight is going to be on the leg furthest from the audience, so the back facing leg. I'm going to take my top hand, back of the hand against the pole. Inside hand is going to come palm facing the pole, rotating through, and from here I'm going to smack back and down. All right, so it's just adding a little bit more pizzazz to your general pirouette. So I'll demonstrate again. We kick through, over, hit, back, down. In real time, rotate through, hit, back, down. So for the next one, we're going to start standing next to the pole. My inside hand is going to come up nice and high, stepping forward with my outside leg, and I'm going to step back to a lunge with my other leg. So I'm going to push through from here. And from here, this outside leg, so the bent leg, is going to push over the top, and I'm going to come around to the other side of the pole. So to do that, my hand that's on the floor is going to come take split grip. I'm going to rotate forward, coming across, and lean up. All right, so demonstrating again. We can either just take it from the lunge where we shoot back and down. This leg is going to rotate over to push us through into that knee spin position. So we go from a split grip into almost like a cup grip position when we go into the spin. So from here, pushing over with split grip, change into this normal grip, and we rotate through, curling up. All right, if I demonstrate it from the squat. So rolling down, step back, rotate, flick, up. All right, for this one, I'm going to start on the other side of the pole, and I'm going to end up on the other side. So starting here, ending up here. All right? So this is another inside knee grip one. So with this, I'm just kicking off with this one, just as a bit of a gap filler. Again, so it's just a bit of a hit. If you have a beat in the music you want to hit, or if you just need one more count you need to get in. So starting facing the direction you want to travel, going to take the inside leg, same time as we grab with this pole, you're going to flick it back, forward, hit. As I bring it back down, I'm going to take my outside hand into a standard grip here to shoot my hips forward to land in a squat here. So with this one, you can really flick your legs forward and down to make it a bit more dramatic and a bit more dynamic, or you can take it quite slowly. All right, so starting facing the direction you want to go, kicking back, forward, hit, flick, boom. All right, from here you can do waves, or you can do a smack and roll up. All right, so demonstrating that one again. Face the direction you want to go. We're going to kick back, inside leg, flick, grip, flick, down. All right? As I flick back, I really try and push through my hips as much as I can to make it a little bit more finesse and a bit more dramatic. All right, so demonstrating in real time for everyone. Kick forward, back, hit, through, drop. All right, so that's all we have time for today, guys. I hope you had fun following along the tutorial I had for you. Feel free to subscribe as well if you want to check out what other tutorials we have and what other content we will be posting. If you do film yourself and share it on social media, please tag us in them so we can check out what you've done. It's always great fun to see what creative outtake you take on our videos as well. All right, so that's all we have time for, like I said, so I'll catch you next time.